Hi, it's Drew. Today I want to talk about micropayments. This is something that comes up quite a bit, but it's not really something I see a lot of info about online. So I just want to discuss it and see how it might help you save quite a bit of money in fees. So first, what exactly is a micropayment? Or what are micropayments in general? Well, as the name implies, it's basically a low dollar item. So with PayPal's model, they basically define it as anything less than $12 would be better off at the micropayment than it would be a standard payment. And the reason for that is they basically have different pricing structures for their fees. So a standard PayPal account is going to start at 2.9% plus 30 cents per transaction. So that 30 cents isn't really a big deal on most everyday transactions, but when you get into that low dollar amount, consider a dollar, 30 cents chews up 30% of your dollar that you made there. So that's a lot, obviously, and you don't want that. So they've got a different fee structures. Again, the standard rate is 2.9% plus 30 cents. Micropayment fee structures at 5% plus 5 cents. So the actual percentage is a little bit higher, but it's only a 5-cent transaction fee as opposed to 30 cents. And that's where you can actually end up saving quite a bit of money. So if we take a look at an example of that, let's say you get a $100 order at the standard rate of 2.9% plus 30 cents, you're going to have a total fee of $3.20. So this comes out to a total of 3.2% fee altogether when you factor in the percentage and the flat 30 cents. If you were to take a $1 order though, instead of 100, just $1, all of a sudden now you've got a 33-cent fee. So the 2.9% again plus that 30 cents ends up being 33 cents total. That's a 33% fee that you paid on that dollar you received. Obviously that's not what anybody wants to be doing, and that can really chew up your revenue over the course of a year. So if we take that same dollar example and we do it at the microprocessing rate, it would be 5% plus 5 cents. So the 5% would be 5 cents plus another 5 cents is 10 cents total. So that's still a 10% fee. It's kind of hard to avoid taking a hit like that on low dollar payments, no matter who you're processing with. But still, it's 3 times less than the standard rate. So the difference there with that example of a $1 standard rate versus microprocessing rate is 23%. So that's pretty massive. I was talking with a client recently. It's kind of brought up this idea for this video. They ordered some premium support, had a consulting call with me, and they were basically telling me, yeah, hey, we're doing really well. We've got this $1 widget on our website, and it's a digital item. We're selling it. We've sold 5,000 of them so far, and they're very happy. But they're just getting killed on fees, they said, and they were wondering if there's anything that we could do to help them. They were even thinking about switching to a different payment processor. We actually looked into that a little bit with them, but PayPal comes out the best in our research and discussing this with this particular client and others. And so with the micro payment rate, they would have saved quite a bit of money. And so these guys had sold about 5,000 of these items, and at the standard rate, they paid $1,645 in fees on that $5,000 of revenue. So that's a big bite. Now at the micro processing rate, the total fees would have only been $500. So again, the percentages are the same there, but you can see that's a big difference. And as they sell more and more, that's really going to be huge over the course of a year and years after that. So you definitely want to make sure, again, anything, the way the calculation works out, $12 is going to be about the same fee with both standard or microprocessing. So anything less than $12, you're going to want to do with microprocessing. Now, one caveat to this is that on your PayPal account, you can either have it set up as standard or microprocessing. You can't use a single account to process both standard and microprocessing based on the amount. So you need to have separate PayPal accounts in order to utilize this. So if all you're selling is low dollar amounts, great, just switch your PayPal account to microprocessing and you're good to go. If all you're selling is standard items above $12, then stick with a standard account and you're fine. But if you have a website where you're selling both types of items, anything $12 and up, and also stuff below $12, it's really going to be in your best interest to have two separate PayPal accounts and then funnel the payments that should be processed with microprocessing to that account, and then funnel the standard payments to your standard account. This is going to give you the best rates overall over the course of all your revenue. Now, depending on how your website is built and how you have PayPal integrated into it, this may or may not be easy for you to do that split and funnel between the two different accounts. For example, a lot of hosted solutions online that are very popular and easy to get up and running with, but they're limited. And this is a good example of where you simply won't be able to get around this type of a problem unless you set up two completely different websites, for example, and point people different places. I guess that's an option, but it's not ideal. So depending on, again, how your website was built, who your developer is, it may be easy for you to get something like this set up, or it may not. Now, if you need some help with that, you can always reach out to us, of course. We do consulting calls. We help people with this sort of information. We can help you lay out a plan of action. Spend $100, spend an hour with me. I'm sure you'll see the value. I'll get you pointed in the right direction. We could potentially save you thousands of dollars in fees on these types of examples. But if you happen to be running on WordPress and WooCommerce, we actually already have a solution available for you. So we have, real quick, we've got a PayPal for WooCommerce plugin, and then we have an add-on to that called multi-account. And the multi-account plugin will let you do a lot of things. You can create rules based on the product type, the currency of the order, the user role in WordPress, and you can specify different PayPal accounts to have that order payment go to based on these different rules. And so in this example, one of the things you can do is set up rules based on transaction amount. So really simply, inside the plugin, you can create a rule, or for the primary account, you would have your website set up to pay to the standard PayPal account. Then you can go into multi-account, create a rule, and tell it any order less than $12, process with this other PayPal account. And of course, that account would be set up as microprocessing. So in that example, we've got a solution that's quick and easy. If you're not running WordPress, you're not running WooCommerce, we can still help you. Again, reach out. We'd love to talk and point you in the right direction. So hopefully you found some good info here. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment with any questions or concerns you might have about this, or if you have any feedback on using this or different ways you might have put this sort of thing into place. We'd love to hear about it and help everybody understand what's going on here and how they can use it for themselves. Thanks.